a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Sanders. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Roethlisberger. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
7 yards, the pickup there.
2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
The kickoff for Pittsburgh.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. A fairly short kick from the 14. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards there, first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At their 49-yard line.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI call at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
Mayfield with
Devin Bush, the Steelers' leading tackler as a rookie last year, gets another there.
a 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 24.
From the 24, Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete. Austin Hooper, Pro Bowler a year ago, the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, Mayfield. He finds Beckham, complete. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the 1st half.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl? Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. It's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. With a man with a big new contract, Myles Garrett, in there to take him down.
There's Myles Garrett forcing another offensive lineman to yell, look out to his quarterback as he ends up putting him on the deck. 30.5 sacks in his first 3 seasons. Easily one of the best 3-down defensive ends in the NFL.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Landry now on the return. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 42. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Jamie Gillendow. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
He's not going to get me.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. Room here to run. Through an opening, and there he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Miles Sanders, 97 yards. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7.
21. Steelers 7. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Nick Chubb.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
30-yard line.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
He's brought down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Mayfield on target to Landry for a Browns first down.
First down.
Mayfield on first down. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
It's a pickup of
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
At the 47.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Sean Davis with a pick. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards on the ground. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run in Sanders. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. And he's able to put it through.
Makes the score Browns 21. Steelers 14.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a game.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
The tackle by Andrew Van
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Mayfield to throw it. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he gets it down to the 32.
Complete to Austin Hooper. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now Mayfield. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run with Sanders. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Taken down at the 40.
Another run here with Sanders. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. One last shot for Roethlisberger. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And he will be out of bounds here with zeros on the clock as this ball game is over. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on.